Okay, welcome back. And without wasting much of your time, the first video had explained the registration of Contabo as a server. In this video, we've gotten our IP address, which we are going to be adding the domain that we will be subsequently using. We'll be adding the domains into the IP address. We've gotten our IP address. We've gotten our login details into our server. The first thing we want to do, because it's an unmanaged server, we want to install an admin, a control panel admin, which is Webuzo. Of course, you can use any other control panel. So the first thing you are just going to look for is the detail from Contabo that would show you your IP address and your password. These are the two things we are looking for. So the first thing you are going to do is to go into your PuTTY. You can get your PuTTY by just Google and just type PuTTY for Linux and come to PuTTY. Download this one. This is what you are going to download. Just click download here and it's going to download. And once you do that, you can actually start using it. So the first thing, I will just come to the PuTTY and pick the IP address. I'm going to put the IP address here and leave everything as it is, and I click open. This pop-up will come up. All I need to do is just to press yes. Okay, by default just coming up as yes. So the first thing is that I'm going to log in as root, which is the basic. Now the second thing is I will copy the password given to me here. I will copy this password, and in this copy. However, when I want to paste, for you to paste on this PuTTY, just right click. Once you right click, just a single right click and press enter, the password has entered. Now this is a Contabo interface, you can see. So the first thing I can do is I would have to now get Webuzo installation guide. I will put the guide in the description, but let me just show you. Just come to Webuzo document admin. You remove this change password. Just come to Webuzo documentation. So you now come to installation, this install, okay, and you just come to installation. That is just it. The first thing you want to do is to copy this code. To copy this code and come to our PuTTY, and like I said, to right click is just to paste is just right click. You just right click and you just press enter, and that has been done. The next thing is come to this place, copy this second code, come to your PuTTY, paste it again, just right click. That has happened. I may end up explaining this code later, but it's just a command. And the third one is the third code. There you are copying and you are pasting by right click, and you just press enter, and Webuzo will start installing all the libraries and the dependency, the solution for you. Webuzo will install everything step without missing. It's going to take a few minutes, and if the internet is fast, it's going to just get everything done for you. Okay, it's going to set up Webuzo. While that one is going down the line, let me just explain. Now when you open your PuTTY, the first information, the first command you give Linux operating system, which is using CentOS, which is Cent operating system, is that you should get a file from this solution and you should install that file, And of course, once it gets this file, you have to change the mode. You change uh, the modes. You know, there is this command. How will I explain this? Wow, don't awful. This is not done. Let me pause. Okay, I was explaining the command. There are just 3 commands that you need to copy and paste. Don't type. And for you to paste, you only need to right click. Okay, your normal mouse, just right click, not the left click. Just right click. That is just how to paste. The first code, the first command is to get the file Webuzo, the install file, the sh install, and of course it's going to change the modality. So, and then it's going to install the sh, and these 3 commands are just going to be step by step, nothing big, nothing huge. The result of which will give you is going to take this procedure. It's going to take like, say, because I stopped the video, it's going to take like probably 5 to 15 minutes maximum. Okay, so like the first thing was, once it actually initiates this install.log, this Webuzo install, it's going to install the libraries and the dependencies, and it's going to start setting up Webuzo. And immediately, what the result of everything is, it has given us this URL. And if you take this URL now, this let me copy it. If you take this, again, it is right click. If you click right click, it's going to just come here, just paste this. And if you notice, this is the IP address sent to us. This is the IP address. So what we've just done is just using Webuzo to set it up as, now it's now going to have HTTP, not HTTPS, HTTP, and that is the IP. Now you will see that it has this port 2004, port 2004. That is the port that will take us to the control panel, the back end, the admin back end of Webuzo. So what I'm going to just do now is just enter that, and it's going to take us to the first page where you are going to see this. So what I'm going to do here is just to set this up. I want to set this solution up, and I'm going to set it up with form solution, my email address, I'm just going to give it a password. I'll re-enter the password. Now it says I should enter a primary domain, so I'm going to enter this normal domain. This is IP rather. Okay. Of course, if you have a domain, you can put in a domain here. I think I have a domain from solution. I have a domain from solution.com. ns1 dot this name server. This one is talking about domain. This time around we are talking about domain. We'll finish hosting. Now, for us to access the hosting server, we just need to use the IP address. Now, for us to now configure it, because normal web browser only makes use of domain, so we are going to assign any domain that we have now, we are going to assign it with this IP address. IP address here takes us to the server, but we want to assign any domain whatsoever to that IP address, and we'll be having access to that server from the back end. So I'm just going to say from solution. I'm just creating this one now. It's just for me to feel. Of course, if I don't have anything, I can just put any domain there. Solution.com ns2. I will show you how to create name server, and for now there is no license key. We are just setting this up. There is no license key, and what we are going to just do is just to install this inside this server. We are setting up Webuzo now to access the server. That is what we are doing now. So it's going to take, it's not supposed to take long. The internet may be the reason why this is a little bit delayed. So it's going to now give us a this registration now gives us the opportunity of accessing our server with Webuzo as admin, control admin panel anytime once this finishes. Okay, what we have here is now our Webuzo is fully installed, and our URL is there. This is the username, the password that I entered. Subsequently, if you notice now, we can access Webuzo with this IP address, okay, and this port 2004. We can also access Webuzo when we want to start installing other applications like our WordPress, our email solution. There are several other ones that once we want to do that, we can also access Webuzo with this IP port 2002. Either ways, anytime we can just come to our Webuzo and we'll log into our domain, our back end, and if you come to end user control panel, Webuzo is just as similar as normal control panel that we all know, where you have your domain. You talk about the domain, you talk about database, FTP, SSL, email, configuration, the security, PHP, and all those things, cron jobs, server utilities, everything. Then we have so many solutions, that we can actually bring up, especially once you then license this Webuzo, which I'm going to cover in another tutorial. You are going to get total solution, total package, and you can install unlimited, just forget about it, unlimited sites and everything within your server environment. We have 200 gig, so it's not easy for one person to finish 200 gig. So you can see for the small installation that we have done so far, we still have 195.77 gig. The bandwidth is fully 100%. We are using our 100%. We are not sharing it, and everything will start working on our traffic and everything. So that is that on that. If you have any question on this tutorial so far, feel free, let me know. If there's any place that you feel is not clear, let me know. I'm going to take it, will warrant me just taking another server. I will register another server and I'll help you out. And if you are having any problem with your server as far as this end is concerned, please just chat me up, comment, send it into my comment. I would help you. And if it's far beyond my own end, of course, the support, Webuzo have 24 hours support, Contabo has 24 hours support. There is nothing. They would always give you a feedback. They will always have been using it. Then I can vouch for what they have been doing so far. Anything you really want, they will give it to you, and they would help you out at any stage. So in the next video, the next thing I will be talking about is domain, how you add your domain with your server. Presently, the only thing we are using on this server is the IP address. That is just what we are doing now for now. So the next tutorial, I'm going to talk about adding your domain with your server. And of course, I've done a tutorial already on having adding multiple domains on this server. So till next week, when I will be coming with another explanation guide step by step, I wish you all the best. If there's any question, and if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification button. All the best.